Hey friends, I am heading home from work. It has been a good day at work, but Mama is ready to get home to her fam bam, so let's do this. Alright friends, I am home. There was a little more traffic than usual today. There were a bunch of police cars. I don't know what was happening. Some people were pulled over, but it seemed like there was a lot of police traffic around, but nothing really related to, I don't know, anything that I could see. So anyway, you know, sometimes it's just like that on the freeway. So it's about 8 minutes later than usual, so not bad at all, but I am home now and I'm gonna go inside and get the boys. We are gonna run some errands this evening, and for dinner we're having leftovers, so that's gonna be pretty easy. But I also have something to tell you guys that I will share with you probably once we put Elias down for bed that I'm not really happy about. So let's go ahead and get the evening started and get our errands done. Is that your dada? Oh, give Dada kisses! Give Dada kisses! Oh my goodness! Okay, I'm gonna do it again. Come here, Dada. Hey guys, we're home from running our errands. The only place we actually went was Ross. I had to return a couple of items, and then I've been on the hunt for shoes for myself for work. I really needed some good flats. I had flats that were appropriate for warm weather, but nothing for cool weather. So we did make the return, and then I also did actually get 2 pairs of flats for work. One pair is navy. They're a nice blue. I have such a hard time finding navy shoes, so this was perfect. And then I got a pair of black ones as well. Dada's outside still. And then here are the black ones. So they're both pretty plain, but that's what I like because flats for me are the most comfortable. So that's what I wear a lot, but other than flats, I will wear either boots, kind of knee-high, well not knee-high, but you know, up towards the knee, calf-high boots, you know, the standard, just kind of riding boots sort of style. And then I'll also wear wedge booties, and that's pretty much what I wear as far as footwear for work. But like I said, my flats they were trashed. I have honestly gotten rid of so many flats that had holes in the soles because they were just so worn out. So this was definitely a need. So I'm really glad we were able to find some. I'll be much happier going forward. It's I don't know, 70 degrees now pretty much every day, and with a breeze, and I wore shoes that were peep toe shoes today. So and then my mom actually bought me these over the weekend or end of last week. So they're just a tan pair, and again, just nice flats. So I love them. So these are gonna be my new work shoes. What are you doing, Elias? Alright guys, so with my new shoes coming into my wardrobe, I try to practice the 1 in, 1 out rule. And so I went ahead and went through my shoe collection and decided to pull out these 9 pairs that you see right here. Obviously these 5 are all sandals. These I honestly did not wear. These brown ones I did wear during the summer, but the fronts of them are getting kind of messed up. They probably, and the little straps and things like that too. So those aren't really going to be good, probably at this time, well, you know, for next year. So I decided to go ahead and get rid of those. And then the ones in the back are flats, and basically the ones that I got today will kind of replace these. These I wear all the time. I've had these for years, but they're literally they may as well be slippers. There's nothing to them, no kind of protection on the bottom, no sole. These I can't fit into anymore, and same with these. These are actually a pair of heels. They're patent heels. Sorry, I'm using my feet. That's probably kind of gross. But these like patent heels, and then these are just Toms. My feet grew a ton when I was pregnant, and so it's been hard for me to get back into my old shoes. And so I've just been hanging on to things that I can't use and I don't reach for because they're not comfortable. So I'm going to be getting rid of these guys and welcoming those new 3 pairs of flats into my shoe collection. Alright guys, so I'm gonna heat up some dinner right now. We're just having the rest of this enchilada bake that I made 2 days ago. And then I'm having some broccoli that I had made last night with our dinner, and this was just the leftovers, so I'm gonna eat that. I'm really hungry today. I don't know if it's because of my workout this morning or if it's because my lunch was pretty low in points. I don't know what the deal is, but I am like starving like nobody's business. So we are gonna get to eating real soon, and it's late. It's past dinner time. It's 7 right now, and we usually eat at 6:30, so that's probably not helping either. So, all right, we're gonna get some food served up for our little family. Hey guys, here's a helpful tip. I don't know if anyone's like, if this is common knowledge. I feel like I stumbled upon it one day, but if there's something that you are like reheating in the microwave and you're worried that it's gonna get dried out, what I do is I'll take a paper towel, I will dampen it and squeeze out most of the water, and then I'll just put it on top. So it's as if you're like covering the food, like what you would do if you were like gonna microwave something that would splatter. But I do that, and then it kind of like locks the moisture in. It's almost like it sucks the moisture out of the paper towel back into the food. So I do this with rice, I'll do it with pastas. I did it right now with the enchilada bake because it has tortillas and also has rice. So that is a helpful tip to keep your foods from getting dried out in the microwave when you have leftovers that you're heating up. Are you feeding Teddy? Yeah, he thinks it's good too, huh? Okay guys, so this is something I've mentioned a little bit about, but I've been working through our home and decluttering a bunch of things, and because it's now coat season, I decided to go ahead and tackle our coat closet. It was mostly my belongings that were in there, and we had a few other like kind of miscellaneous things, but I decided to start with my coats. So I have gone through and looked at all of my coats that were in that closet, and I honestly don't feel like any of these are really like the best coat for me to have right now. And I had all of them for a long while, so they're in pretty good condition. This one's probably the worst for wear, and it just has like kind of, you know, dirty sleeves. It has like a little rip right here where the pocket connects. This one I definitely wear the most. The hood has like kind of a couple issues like with some of these buttons. Let's see here. Like this one is broken, but the fur comes off of the hood. But anyway, this is probably the one that I wear the most because it's not very warm, I will say that. That's probably the thing I've noticed. I don't really have any warm coats, but this one has a good hood, and I have kind of a larger head, I'm not gonna lie. So it's hard for me to find a hood that actually goes on my head and will stay on my head in like the weather. So we don't get a ton of weather here in California. I mean, it's nothing crazy ever, but you know, it's just like rain and wind and that kind of stuff. So this next one I've had literally since I was in high school, and I love it still, but I don't fit it anymore. It's a medium. It's from Abercrombie, and it's just kind of hard to fit into if I have like sweaters or anything like that on. But you guys, I've had it for probably, how old am I? I'm gonna be 30 in April, okay? And I've had this since I was a sophomore in high school. And I mean, this coat is literally in perfect condition. I don't even understand. So I'm probably gonna try and sell this on like ThreadUp or something because it's in the best condition, and I wore it all the time in high school. I mean, I wore the heck out of this thing. My mom bought it for me, and it was pricey, And so I remember saying like, I will wear it every day, and I really did. And the hood detaches so it becomes just kind of like a bomber style jacket. It is really cute. It's probably my favorite jacket that I've ever owned, and I would not be getting rid of it if it were longer. So that's kind of my only hesitation with it. It's a shorter style. And like I said, it's a little snug for me at this point. And then this one is a pea coat, but it has a hood on it. But again, because of my larger head, the hood really doesn't fit. And then it's also missing a little toggle right here. So none of these things are like horrible. Like none of these coats are obviously falling apart. I don't wear coats a ton, and so I don't really need something, you know, too crazy. I do have one coat that I've left in the closet, so I'm going to show you guys that one. Okay guys, so here's the coat that is left. It is just like a kind of trench style, I guess, but it's wool. It has this nice zipper, and it has zippered pockets here. It does not have a hood. That's probably the only thing that does not make this coat perfect. It is a nice long length and all of that. So I'm going to try it on for you guys real quick. I'm wearing my onesie, so let me change. Alright guys, so here's this coat. Alright guys, I'm back in my onesie, and I had to stop what I was doing and talking to you guys about the coats because we had a bit of a Elias moment. He needed me, so I took over with trying to put him down for bed. He's developing a cold right now, which it's so sad. It's the worst to see them like getting sick. It's the worst to see them sick, but even to see like the progression happen, like knowing that it's coming, is really sad. So I just went in his room, and he was having a really hard time drinking his milk because he's stuffed up. So I went in there and tried to help him, and I changed out his cup to see if that would help, but then he just wasn't really too interested in his milk. So then I laid down with him and just snuggled for a while on the floor, hoping to kind of get him sleepy. And I think it worked because I put him in his crib and he's been quiet. So he's probably still like rolling around a little bit in there, but as long as he's not crying, I feel good. So desperate times call for desperate measures. So the other night over the weekend, I actually got in his crib with him over the weekend. I think it was over the weekend. Yeah, I just got in his crib with him because he would not go back to sleep on his own. So that worked too. But anyway, I wanted to try and avoid that. But at daycare, they sleep on mats on the floor, and so he's used to falling asleep on the floor. So I thought we would try that, and it seemed to work pretty well. He definitely settled down and was pretty comfy down there. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys through our budget for November real quick, because I actually wrote it out and my husband and I talked about it over dinner tonight. So we're gonna take a look at that real quick. And then I'm gonna talk to you guys about the thing that is making me real sad. So let's look at all right guys, so here's the budget. So what I did was I went ahead and just kind of wrote out our budget for this month, and I put the amounts for each of our different categories, and I broke everything down by week. That's what I've been doing since last month, I guess, is just breaking the categories down by week and looking at our expenses in that way. Because our income did change, my income changed. Obviously, I'm only getting paid, not obviously, but I'm now only being paid once a month rather than every other week. My husband is still paid every other week, so we still have his income coming in the middle of the month as well as at the beginning of the month, but mine is only at the beginning. So it's caused us to be much more conscious of what bills are coming out when, because we don't have the flexibility that we used to have with, you know, like half of our income being able to kind of flex around based on the month. So anyway, so I broke it down by week. So week 1, we have income, savings, and our tithe right over here. We are focusing right now on saving because we're in kind of still a transition period with my new income, and we're kind of waiting to see how that all shakes out and what my actual consistent checks will be. So we're focusing more on savings rather than debt right now. And this number, whatever we're saving consistently for the next 2 months, we'll be able to put that towards debt each month. So that will really help us. I think it's nice to do it this way, and instead of just immediately dumping everything towards debt, because you don't really know, what you're actually going to be looking at as far as income until you're a little bit more accustomed and like your checks have kind of evened out. So anyway, that's kind of a long explanation, but then our expenses here, we have our mortgage payment, our gardener, PayPal, gas. This is for our cars. So we're going to be budgeting $100 in gas for each week. we were budgeting $300 a month, and that just has not been enough. So we're gonna do $100 a week. And then over here we have our cash category. So groceries, we'll do $200, personal will be $100, dates will be $80, household is $100, Kiki is $20, haircuts are $30, and Elias is $50, and then we'll put our totals here. I left a couple little blanks here for miscellaneous in case there are any other things that I've forgotten that need to come out in the first week. And then I basically did the same for each week. So the second week here, we just have expenses, so no income will come in, but we'll have expenses, so our gas, Hulu, T-Mobile, which is our phones, Geico, which is our car insurance, our water. Our water is paid every month. So that's not true. Anyway, so our water is $35. Home Depot is $54, RC Willey is $30, Walmart is $60, Hyundai is $212, and IKEA is $60 as well. And then again, a line for totals. Here I forgot to put our gas actually, so let me write that in. Okay, so week 3 we'll have income and we'll have a tithe again, and then our expenses. So pest control is $75, our other car is $300, Comcast is $75, PG&E is $23, groceries will do $150 in cash, daycare will be $700, sewer is $35, I'm sorry, and then this is actually paid every 3 months. So this one we just put in the account and it sits there until the payment comes out every 3 months, and then gas will be $100. And then week 4 is really small. Our only expenses for week 4 are SMUD bill, which is our power, so it's $85, and then our life insurance is $65. Weight Watchers is going to be $40, and that's our new expense for us starting this month. And then again, a couple extra lines here, and then a total. And then our sinking funds, we'll probably fund these at the end of the month. So for sinking funds, we have Christmas and medical. That's all we're going to be doing right now. And then miscellaneous expenses, we owe my mom $300 from my really short month when I just got my new job. Things were just a little short, it's kind of tight, so we did borrow some money from her. And then Shakeology, which we might get because they're coming out with a special flavor the first of the month, so I'm really excited about that. So we're probably going to pick up 1 or 2 of those, and that will be a miscellaneous expense. And then our goals for November, we're going to track each category to stay on budget. We want to save $1,000, so that's our goal for that savings category. And then we want to finalize our Christmas budget. We've gone back and forth on this quite a bit. It's gotten a lot smaller since the last time I talked to you guys about it, but we're going to finalize it probably in the next week or so, and I will let you know an update on that. So that is our budget for the month of November. Okay guys, so as promised, the thing that is making me sad that I want to share with you guys, and I mean, I kind of take it with a grain of salt, but honestly, it's probably going to seem really dumb to some people, but I'm really bummed because my hair is totally breaking off in the back. I have some really short parts back here that have just broken off, and there's literally nothing that I've done that's been helping it. So I'm gonna have to go back to extensions because I don't feel comfortable styling my hair well right now with all these little gaps and stuff like that. So it's kind of an added expense because obviously I have to, pay to actually do the extensions. I'm gonna do them myself. That's typically what I've done, but it's just it's labor intensive. It does cost a little bit to get the supplies and things like that. I think I have enough to kind of make do, at least right now, and then maybe going forward we'll just put a little bit away each month for it, but I'm really bummed. I've really been loving just wearing my hair and being able to style it really nicely and all of that stuff, and I know that that's kind of going away. So it's honestly it's so much easier than having extensions. It really is, and there's just an extra layer of stuff to think about when you're not wearing your own hair. So it's a lot. It's a little easier, I think, in the winter time than it is in the summer, and that's usually why I go back to my natural hair in the summer and the warmer months, because I can jump in the pool without having to worry about extensions or whatever. And I can go on roller coasters without worrying about my hair falling out or any of that stuff. So yeah, it's tough. But honestly, this is a problem I've had ever since I can remember. You guys can see a little bit kind of back here. where it's like broken off completely. Like, it's so sad and so short. I didn't even have this much breakage after I had Elias, so I don't know what's going on. But that just kind of is what it is right now. So, but like I said, I've kind of always had this problem where my hair never grows in that back spot, and if it does, then it breaks off after a while. So it's just kind of an ongoing process. So I think I'm just gonna have to kind of be married to doing extensions and find ways to style my hair in that way that I really like and that I enjoy, and that really fit, I think, my personality. So anyway, that's kind of random. Like I said, a little like superficial. Some people, I'm sure, are probably like, that's the dumbest thing to be sad about, but it is. I think it's something that people don't really understand if they've never like had to rely on extensions or another form of, you know, kind of hair to wear the hairstyle that they want to wear. Like, my hair's never been any longer than this, ever. And it's really frustrating, and it's really sad because I take really good care of it and it just does not seem to matter. So I'm feeling bummed about that, but that's really it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the vlog. It's pretty late. I wanted to be in bed by now, but with a baby, you just never know what's gonna happen. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what your goal is for your budget for your family for the month of November. I'd love to know what that is. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day. I waved like Elias, like, bye mama. He does that. We're like, wave, say bye. He goes, just baby stuff. All right, bye friends.